What is up, guys? It's David here. This video, I just want to start with the basics of the Instagram algorithm and how it works, because I think there's a lot of confusion and there's a lot of kind of just misinformation, I think, about how the Instagram algorithm works. And I'm a computer scientist. I have built algorithms. I write algorithms. I, pull the algorithms apart. And so what I want to do is kind of give you guys my understanding of how the Instagram algorithm works based on my experience. And to start understanding, to get a full sense of how the Instagram algorithm works, I think we have to take a step back and realize that the algorithm isn't some mysterious thing, right? It's not like some confusing thing. It is a computer program that is programmed by Facebook, right? Facebook has a goal. And the engineers who make the algorithm, who work for Facebook, they also have a goal, is to, make Facebook happy. And so you have to start there when you're trying to understand the algorithm, or any algorithm for that matter, is what is Facebook's goal. So let's talk a little bit about that. Facebook's number one goal, especially with Instagram, is to, one, get people opening up the Instagram app every single day. If you read their stock reporting, they look at monthly active users. So that means they want people to come into the app. That's the first thing that they look at. The second thing that they look at is time spent in app, right? And so, how much time do people spend in the Instagram app every single day? And that's just another standard metric that Facebook looks at as far as the health of their app, or the health of Instagram. The third one is obviously how much money they make. So you have these three different objectives that Facebook has, and their goal with every single piece, every single feature, everything that they do on Instagram is to achieve those goals. Number one, get people opening the app on a regular basis. Number two, get people staying in the app for longer. And number three, get people to get paid for showing people ads in Instagram. Those are the three things, right? And that is that's basically what the algorithm's job is. And so if you think about it like that, what you want to do is think of yourself as a partner for the Instagram algorithm. And when I say you want to think of yourself as a partner for the Instagram algorithm, what I mean is that if you do the things that help Facebook achieve their goals, or help Instagram achieve their goals, then Instagram will help you achieve your goals. Now, it's not as simple as that, but that's the mindset that you have to kind of bring to it, is that, one, how do I get people coming back into the app? What can I do to bring people back into the Instagram app? Two, how do I get people to spend more time on my profile or engage with my profile? And then three, you really don't have any control over, because you can't get Facebook paid, right? You can't get Instagram paid. But the first two, those are the two aspects that you should really be focusing on as you build out your Instagram profile. So that being said, those are Instagram's objectives. Those are the objectives that you should be thinking about. Here's actually how at least I've seen the Instagram algorithm work. Every single time someone logs into the app, what the Instagram algorithm's job is to do is to make a decision on what type of content that person wants to see right away. And they serve up a menu of different types of content. So if when I log into my Instagram page, there are a number of places that I can see content, right? I can see content here in my main feed. I can see content in the stories. Now I can see content in Instagram TV. I can also see content on the explore page, right? So there are all these places where Instagram can show me content to keep me in the app. Now, most of you guys out there, what you think about mostly is, okay, how can I get somebody to like my post? That isn't the way you should be thinking about it. You should be thinking about, how can I signal to the Instagram algorithm that my content is content that other people want to see, right? And that's how you should be thinking about the Instagram algorithm. And the way that you actually do that is in two ways. One, the content that you post obviously has to be relevant. And so Instagram has to have an understanding of the types of content. And the way that you give Instagram an understanding of the type of content that you post is through a number of different ways. One of those ways is obviously it's hashtags, right? So the Instagram algorithm can know that you tagged some picture with hashtags, and that's the relevance of it. Instagram also looks at what's in the picture itself. So it does computer vision, and it understands what's in the picture. And then what it'll say is, okay, this picture is about a city, or this picture is about a skyline, or this picture is about a building. They'll tag it with a number of different words. The other way is that they look at the comments. So Instagram will look at the comments and try to understand what people are saying about that post to get some context. So that's how Instagram, and then the location, right? And then you have the location. So those are the ways that Instagram gets some type of context for the type of post. Then what it does is say, okay, this post is about Barcelona and a skyline and nighttime and lights. So it says, okay, this is what this picture is about. Then what it does is that its algorithm will decide where that post should actually show up, right? So where Instagram, the algorithm says, okay, I know something about this post. Where should I put it? Who should I put it in front of? Now, the way that algorithm decides is in a number of ways. It will look at the people who most interact with your posts. So it'll say that's a signal, right? So if people interact with your posts often, then they will see your content. Or they interact with your profile often, then they will see your content. Or if they interact with your stories even. And so your goal is to get people, or they visit your profile. So the goal is to get people interacting with your profile on a regular basis, so that when you post Instagram, you rank high for all the people that you want to interact with, for more people, so that the Instagram algorithm shows your content to more people, if that makes sense. So your goal is to, one, give the Instagram algorithm some context. Two, you want to interact with other people so that they interact with your content, so that when you post, Instagram says, okay, these people interacted with David's posts in the past. We're going to show those people this content. And then it shows those people content. And if those people engage, it will show more people that content. And so that's kind of how the Instagram algorithm works. It has a job. The job is to, one, it's to get people coming back into the app. Two, it's to show people content that they want to see, so that they stay in the app for longer. And then three, it's to make money. And so if you think about that, the next thing I want to talk a little bit about is the different formats of content that you can create that the Instagram algorithm actually likes. And obviously, images are the most basic content you can create. The thing about images is that they don't require a lot of time to consume, right? So, or to look at. So you can scroll through your feed, and what happens is that you might scroll through 10 images in 30 seconds, right? And so that's not as valuable to Instagram, but video is. So if you have to stop, push the video button, and then you spend 30 seconds watching that video, or even 10 seconds watching that video, you just spent a longer period of time in the Instagram algorithm. And that's kind of why videos go viral more than images. It's because the images or videos actually keep people in the app longer. That's also why Instagram does stories, because stories refresh more frequently. They refresh, you might post 10 stories a day or 5 stories a day or 3 stories a day. And as you're looking at stories, you might go through 10 different stories and engage with 10 different profiles, but you spent an overall longer period of time. To extend that even further, that's also why Instagram has launched IGTV. Because instead of just having stories and 30-second videos, IGTV will keep people in that app for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at a time. So you can see how Instagram, what they're trying to do is keep people in the app. Now, what does that mean for you? What that actually means is that you want to have all these touch points that Instagram can look at and say, oh, David's creating video content, he's creating image content, he's creating stories, he's creating IGTV videos. And with all of that, what that means is that, one, people have more opportunities to interact with you, which means your next post, no matter where it is, whether it's a story or it's an image or it's a video in the feed, what will happen is that Instagram will show that to those people who have interacted in those different places. So if you watch my story, you're more likely to see my next post, feed post. Or if you watch my story, you're also likely to be served my IGTV video. And so you want to think about that and create content for all of these different channels within Instagram so that your spread gets more on Instagram. And so that's how you have to view the algorithm, and that's how you have to view your content at a baseline, is that, one, content gives Instagram a signal for who to show it. Content gives Instagram a signal for who to show it to, right? So if you have your hashtags, if the picture is about something clear, then Instagram's going to show it to people who like that type of content. But also, if you're creating content from multiple different channels within Instagram, then what Instagram says is, hey, David watched this IGTV video, he might also want to see this story from this person, or he might also want to see this new image post that showed up in the feed. And so that's kind of how you have to view the Instagram algorithm, is that it has a job to do. Its job is to get people into the app, and its job is to keep people in the app for longer. And the way it makes that decision is based on the types of content and the people who you've interacted with or your audience has interacted with in the past. So your goal is to create more content and interact with more people and get more people kind of interacting with your profile, so that every time Instagram has a decision to make between showing your content to somebody and somebody else's content, it decides to choose yours. And so that's kind of the overview of how the Instagram algorithm works. Hopefully that is helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And the next thing we're actually going to talk about is best practices for feed posts.